What's up? It's Ziak, your friendly neighborhood noob. Now let me tell you a story of a true noob moment. Just right when Greater Chain came out, and I still am purely magic, and I went around to the GE saying buying Greater Chain for 60 mil wasn't buying. Put it into the Grand Exchange, said it was worth 30 mil I believe at the time, and I was baffled that it was not buying for 60, 2 times the GE price. Went around War's Retreat, saying buying Greater Chain, to no avail. Luckily I had one individual tell me in a heartbreaking moment that Greater Chain was actually going for about 160 mil at the time. I did not have anywhere near that, and I had no idea how he was knowing what the street price of any item was. So it sent me on a journey to try to figure out, how do you tell the actual trading price of items within Runescape when the GE is so off on many of these? Now, it's not all items. There are some pretty high level items that do clear up and they match their true value and trade in a reasonable amount of time. There's others that still aren't even close. The most recent one is the Fractured Staff of Armadillo. Those still show that each piece sells for a couple mil. We all know that they are almost 2 bill each piece. So in this journey, I came across one site, and that's what I'm here to kind of share with you. I did come across a secondary site, but what this has turned out to being is our community has to run off of external websites to track trades. Now, I do not condone or advocate for price manipulation, and I'll show you how these sites kind of clearly show price manipulation. But for a lot of items, it's all you have to figure out, can I afford it? What's the going price? Let's say you go out and you're doing some PVM and you get lucky, you get a drop early on. What do you sell it for? Do you just chuck it into the Grand Exchange and hope you sold it for the best price? Or did you just get robbed? Let's take a look at the site that I use the most. So here you go. It is pct.wtf. It is the most scammy looking URL you will ever see in your life, and I am not going to provide any links in the description because I want to make sure that you all type this in yourself and you know that this is not a scam. pct.wtf will direct you to this page here. Once you get in, it'll tell you that there's an update, X out of that window, and you can come into the recents. This shows you recorded trades of anything recently and when it was recorded. Clicking into them will also give you the most recent trades. So this is how everyone figures out what the actual going price is for very high level items. Now, it's very nice to come in here and check out the recent trades. If you want to figure out what's going on with bonds, obviously today bonds are going pretty crazy, but again, a lot of these things are merging. But let's talk about a different item. Let's go to the data. Let's say you saved up enough money now and you're ready to buy your first tier 90 weapon. How much do you need to spend? Click into it. Gives you an idea of what is the current going price of these items. Want to get a Noxious Staff? What can you expect if you put it into the Grand Exchange? Could you get an offer here for? Let's say, okay, 215, 210, maybe 212. Who knows, right? This is the only source that you really have to understand what is going on in the market. Let's take a look at some true price manipulation and the problem with this. But again, this is something that we will never really be able to solve in the community. So I do not want to condone this. I am pointing this out so that you realize how people are manipulating it. And the reason why they're able to manipulate it is because of sites like this. This is our source of truth. So let's take a look at the discontinued rares. If we come in here, let's take a look at some of the blue Halloween masks. These Halloween masks are being heavily merged at this time and manipulated in price. And I want to kind of show you some of this stuff and what it means that these systems allow other players to do and manipulate the market. If we take a look, if we're going to go back 6 months, now the graph itself does not look so dramatic until we get here recently, but even some of these small jumps are pretty massive. We're talking, 500 mil jumps in a couple of days. So if we just start back in December, some of these masks, they were going for about 2.6. We fast forward just a little bit. In January 11th, we are looking at 3.4. It held pretty steadily, but again, this is still, this little jump right here, still 100 mil. It's pretty significant when you think it's a 11, 13 day window that this jumped up by 100 mil. As we keep progressing, it stays pretty steady until we hit to where the insane price manipulation occurs. We've been holding steady in the 3.5 bill range for at least 3 months, and then it starts skyrocketing. 500 mil increase. Keep going, another 200 mil increase. This is a 2-day, 3-day time span. Keep progressing a little bit further. We have 4.9 to the point where at the end of March, we are now at 5.3, and at this point in time, we are in the 6 bills. This is insane. So the reason why this is able to happen, these items are logged usually through Discord, and they have bot checkers. People will go ahead and take a picture of their Grand Exchange trade log, post it there. That's evidence. For items that are above max cash, you don't have that evidence. So all they have to do is put the item in the trade window. Someone else puts up the cash. They hit accept, goes to the second trade window. They take a screenshot. It's a trust trade. We have to accept that the other player actually accepted the trade at that price, and it's a real trade. We don't know if that really happened. So someone can do this. They can work with a friend. They can set up these images and these trades. If you are very involved in this, my understanding is that you can see who posts these logs, and so it's pretty clear actually who is the one manipulating the market, because all these trades are coming from one or two individuals. But for the average player, it's causing a problem where if you maybe one day wanted to buy a Santa hat, it's getting further and further out of reach, and it's not to your fault. It's not to the game's inflation. It's price manipulation. So again, this is the downside of this. I'm putting it out here because it is a reality in the community. You need to be aware of it. You need to understand why it's happening. But at the end of the day, these tools are great. I use these tools to understand if I'm trying to get my next gear upgrade, right? Let's say you progress your account and you really want to get a tier 92, your first tier 92 weapon. What is it really trading for? Is the prices going up? Are they going down? Is it a good time to buy? All these things are really helpful to anticipate what money you need to actually save up to be able to get them. That's why I wanted to share this. So again, PCT.WTF is the one I use. I would recommend it. I personally use it for the reasons. It's just interesting to see what people are buying, what's selling. And I do have another site here. And this is ellie.gg. Big shout outs to my friend. His in-game name is Big Daddy 970. He's the one that actually told me about this. I was not aware about this site. Like I said earlier, there's many different sites, there's many different Discords that also provide these services. I know PCT is big. I do think LE.gg, after some research, is also pretty big as well. So just another site you can use. Again, I'm not going to post any links. Please go ahead and put these URLs into the search window yourself. None of this is a scam. Use these tools to your advantage. Take a look at what prices are, and hopefully this helps someone out. I wanted to take a moment to sincerely say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, who's liked the videos, all the support and love that you've shared with me through my start of this channel. I do enjoy creating this content for all of you, and if there's anything you ever want to see or you want to see from this channel, please be vocal. Tell me, share your thoughts, help grow with me. Again, I do want to hopefully build a community around this, and I appreciate all the love. So, as always, keep being noobs, play the game the way you want to play, and I'll see you out there in Gillingham. Peace.